This is the 2026 Acura MDX A-Spec Advance. Does it have everything you're looking for? Hey everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. I hope you're having a great day. We're at Acura today in Shreveport, Louisiana, home of the Vehicle Visionary discount. If you come in and you mention that you saw my video on the new Acura vehicle that you're looking at, it doesn't work on used, only new, you'll get $500 off of the price. Now make sure you mention that at the very beginning of your deal, and then that's going to work out for you. If you want to know more, check out the link down in the description of the video. The exterior color is platinum white pearl with a red interior. Here on the front end, we'll find our jewel eye LED headlights along with the LED daytime running lights. And for you fans of fog lights, I know a lot of you are, that is here as well. Also LED, there's your fog lights down there on the lower portion of the bumper. We're gonna have a couple of different finishes here on the front end between some gloss black. We're gonna have the white right here, and there also is some matte finish. We will also find the nice large Acura logo right here, and above that, the forward-facing camera, the front camera. And this model is all-wheel drive. So for those of you that are seeking all-wheel drive, well, that is here as well. We're going to have the 20-inch gloss black wheels. Gloss black will make its way onto the mirror caps. Turn signal indicators built in to the heated power adjustable side view mirrors. Now, one thing that is a little different here is the fact that you do have blind spot monitoring, but being built into this area of the door as opposed to being built into the mirror itself. I'm curious to know, what do you prefer more when it comes to your blind spot monitoring? Does it make a difference? And to give you a quick look at the blind spot monitoring in action, you can see it right there. It will catch your eye. It just seems that a lot of people tell me they'd rather have that built into the side view mirrors. And speaking of the side view mirrors, when you push this button, you'll see that you have the power folding functionality. Here is the remote. You're going to have remote start up here. That's what engine hold is. Lock, unlock. You can open and close your power tailgate. You will also find the panic button right there. And there is a key built in. You can pull that out of the remote via this button right here. And if you ever need it, the remote dies, whatever the case is, you have the lock right there that's going to allow you to take advantage of that. Just one of the nice little features that are here. We'll have the roof rails up top and the panoramic sunroof. We'll finish things off here on the rear, again with LED lighting, the LED tail lights. There's your A-Spec MDX logo. As I told you, you have all-wheel drive and the power tailgate that makes life a little bit easier. Under the hood is the naturally aspirated 3.5-liter V6. It puts out 290 horsepower and 267 pounds-feet of torque, mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission. 0 to 60, about 6.4 seconds, top speed 112 miles per hour. Let's see about the MPGs according to the window sticker. Obviously, these are not guaranteed. You might do better, you might not do as well, but here they are. 19 city, 25 highway, 21 combined, and 4.8 gallons of gas per every 100 miles driven. And you will find that you have an 18.5-gallon gas tank. Just as was the case with the MPGs, these numbers are not guaranteed, but you might do better, you might not do as well. Tell me what your numbers have been if you own a 25 or 26 Acura MDX A-Spec Advance all-wheel drive. In the city, you could get 351 miles on a single tank of gas. On the highway, that number jumps to 463 miles. Towing capacity maxes out at 5,000 pounds when you go with all-wheel drive, and there are a number of ways to open your power tailgate. You can use the button on the remote, the button on the tailgate itself, the button in the interior, or you can do what I just did and use the hands-free feature to just kick your foot under the bumper. And there is one more interesting feature that allows you to close the tailgate in addition to everything I just told you about. I'll show you what that is in just a second. Cargo capacity ranges between 18.1 to 48.4 to 95 cubic feet. Something else that I know is a box a lot of you like to check off is what we're going to find when we look underneath the rear of the MDX, and that is the presence of a spare tire. You will gain access to that spare tire using the tire iron through this area right here. You just take that off. I don't think I can get it off with my hand, but you can take that off very easily, and that will let you gain access to dropping the tire, and then you get it out from there. You'll find storage space underneath the floor, and it is two-sided, by the way. You can flip this area over. Now, I'm going to show you something very interesting. First of all, I'm going to push that button. That's the walk-away feature. We have a 12-volt power outlet if you need connectivity back here, and here is how everything looks with your cargo space maximized. You can move that seat belt out of the way. It's very easy to do. And you might wonder, hey, Tom, you said something about the walk-away feature after you pushed that button, and then you didn't say anything else. You moved on to something else. Well, watch this. I was standing there for, I'd say, between 10 and 15 seconds, and I pushed that button prior to that, and now I walk away, and the power tailgate closes automatically. If you're gathering up groceries or whatever it is you have back here, you can take advantage of that feature. Again, just one of those nice little conveniences offered by Acura. And here's a closer look at the red interior. We're going to find plenty of room with the armrest right here. It is comfortable. We have the Bang & Olufsen sound system. 19 speakers throughout the interior. We're going to find the door bin right here, cup holder, and a little bit of space in front of that. And you can recline these seats. You can see that I've reclined the passenger seat over there. All three of these recline individually. And this middle seat, it's the only one, but it is removable if you want to take that out. And we also have the button right here to allow us to gain access to the third row. So let's hop back there real fast, and I'll show you how I fit back here. Yeah, it's a little cramped to get back here with the camera in my hand and trying to do all of that. But there's not a ridiculous amount of leg room back here, but you know what? Depending on where you position these seats, which they can move back and forth, so you can increase outboard seat space. You can't change the position of this middle seat. It doesn't slide back and forth, but we can move these back and forth. And obviously, if they're not reclined, that's going to help as well. We also have a panoramic sunroof, and back here we'll find USB connectivity and a couple of cup holders, one on each side. In the event that second row passengers forget about third row passengers, no big deal. Just as was the case on the side of the seat, you have that same button on the rear. If you want to get this seat belt out of the way, here's how you do it. See the little area right there? There's a notch cut out. There's a release right there, and you can actually use the seat belt buckle itself. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. I think I can. There we go. That is out of there. It's a lot easier to do with two hands compared to just one. Now, as far as your panoramic sunroof view goes from this vantage point, there it is. This front portion will tilt and slide open, and you do have the power shade that can be drawn back and forth to conceal away the sunroof. We can also pull on this release and lower the seat back on this middle seat. There are the cup holders, a little bit of space right there. It's kind of low for an armrest, but it can be used as an armrest if so desired. You can see your connectivity down here. We've got a couple of different options between the 12-volt power outlet and 2 USB ports, and your third zone of your tri-zone climate control, 3 zones, 2 in the front, 1 in the rear. You can adjust your temperature, fan speed. You have heated seats. The outboard seats are heated for your passengers here in the second row. And there are also going to be a couple of air conditioning vents right down here to help out with airflow for your passengers. Your passenger is going to find a lot, as will the driver. Plenty of space with the armrest right here and with the door bin. When it comes to the seat itself, number one, we can raise and lower the height of the seat. As you can see right there, you also have lumbar support, fully adjustable seats for the driver and the passenger. Both are heated and ventilated, and also they are massage seats. Right here, we're going to find a little more connectivity in the way of a third 12-volt power outlet. And as far as the glove box goes, well, there's what you have within that area. The sticker price is $70,850. Let's see what else you get for that price. You do have a head-up display. I don't know how well you can see that, but it is there, and it is adjustable. We will find the sunglass holder right here. Here is the control for your power shade and your power sunroof. You can open and close that front portion as I mentioned earlier, and there is the power shade. We have an auto-dimming rear view mirror. These buttons right here, 3 different settings for home link. That way you can program your garage door opener to your MDX. And then all you have to reach up and hit is the appropriate button when you get home or to wherever your garage doors are. Something I like here, and at this price point, it should be here. Seat memory. And you might say, well, what's the big deal about that? Well, it's the fact that you also have seat memory on the passenger side, not just on the driver's side. I always like that. That's a good thing. Your controls for your power mirrors, door locks. You can lock and unlock all 4 windows and control all 4 windows right there. Some of our safety features managed here, and this control allows for adjusting the tilt and telescopically adjustable steering wheel. And you have everything here as far as your steering wheel mounted controls, the paddle shifters for the 10-speed automatic transmission. If you want to use that, everything for your windshield and rear window wipers right there. Everything for managing your headlights, taillights, and your fog lights. Also the turn signal indicators if you spec'd in the blinkers into your MDX. I know some of you don't, because I see you driving on the road and not using them. That means you just don't have them, doesn't it? Yes, I'm being facetious. You can laugh if you use your blinkers, and if you don't, well, learn to. Here is the control for your driving modes, and you might wonder, what are the driving modes? Well, we've got comfort, you have snow, you'll have normal, which is going to be your default driving mode, sport. If you want to use individual mode, you're going to push the Acura logo right there. That's a button. You push that and up it comes. We'll get that out of the way. And we go right here to customize. This is how you're going to handle everything. And depending on what you want to do, you have different options for the engine, for steering. See, you have idle stop. You can turn that off if you want to disable that. You can also change the appearance of the gauge cluster, and your ambient lighting can be normal, or you can do sport or comfort. Now let's go back to our gauge cluster. There is normal, there is comfort, and we also have sport. So depending on what your personal preferences are, you can take advantage of that. And speaking of the driver's display, the instrument cluster, very easy to use. It has a nice modern look to it. And you'll notice when your headlights are on, you'll see the illumination on the likeness of your MDX right there on the screen. When you push the brake pedal, the brake lights come on. And if you spec'd in the turn signal indicator option, the blinker option, or your blinker reservoir fluid is full, then you can also see those working on the screen as well. Here is the center screen. Something to note here for those of you that maybe haven't seen a video on an MDX in the last couple of years, it is now a touchscreen, as you can see right here. One thing that is not here is going to be Sirius XM radio. However, there is an easy workaround where that is concerned. You just pair your smartphone, have the Sirius XM app on your phone, and as you can see right there, you can use that. So that problem is solvable. Not a big deal to deal with. It's all easy to take care of. You're going to have Google Maps built in. All of that's here. We're going to have Google Assistant, Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto. All of your different features and functionality are going to be here depending on what it is you need to do with your MDX. You can go through and take care of everything very easily. And here's a little tutorial to help you out. If you go into vehicle settings and you notice that your MDX on the screen is not the same color as the MDX that you own, in this case platinum white, well, we're going to go right here to menu and body color. Now this only changes the color on the screen itself. Yes, I did actually have somebody who really thought I was talking about the exterior color. Yes, those people do exist out there, believe it or not, but platinum white, there it is. There are all of the different colors. You may have your own preference, even if you do not own an MDX that has whatever color you particularly like, but you might go through all of these and say, hey, I like whatever color more than another. You can just leave it that way if you want to. And something else that's very useful, this button right here, what is that? That will let you see your different camera views. You have your overhead view, there is our front view, we have our side view mirror cameras. Depending on what we need to see right there, hit that button one more time. We can go through the cameras, and you also have your rear view camera. As you can see right there, you will also see the on-screen view of the overhead shot. Everything for your dual zone climate control is found right here. Now, if you want to turn on the massage seat, you'll see that that says driver massage is activated, and we can go through the different stages as far as that goes. You will also find your heated seats and your ventilated seat functionality right there. Here's your shifter. I know a lot of people don't like a push button shifter. Tell me which person you are. Do you like it? Do you not? Does it make a difference? There are your USB ports, a lot of connectivity throughout the interior. And if you want to turn the idle stop or auto stop start on or off, you can turn it on and off right there. You also have brake hold mode right here if you want to use that. There's everything for turning your radio on and off and surfing through the stations. A lot of different options for doing that. Wireless charging, a couple of cup holders, and we have space on the center console right inside. And then we can also gain access to the inside, and guess what? More USB ports. Okay, here we go on our test drive with the MDX. One thing you will find here that is not necessarily common among all vehicles is that you have a nice, comfortable ride quality that is balanced with great handling. Often you have one or the other, but not both. Well, that is the case with the MDX. And as you know, with all the driving modes, you can choose from whatever you need or whatever you want, depending on how you want to set things up. You can even use individual mode. No big deal. Easy to manage brake and gas pedal, a nice turning radius for a mid-size SUV, and plenty of room for driver and passengers, especially here in the front 2 rows. As I showed you in the 3rd row, you may not have a massive amount of space back there. It's really perfect for the kids, but if needed, adults can fit in the 3rd row area. So that is an option. A lot of versatility here. You can tow, you can haul whatever you need to. All those capabilities are here, and you have a lot of great safety features such as your forward collision warning and all of those different things with the Acura safety features. And hopefully we can get up here and actually get up to the speed limit this time. Whoever was driving in front of that silver truck that was in front of us apparently wanted to really take things nice and easy and pretend like it was Sunday, their Sunday drive. We were doing well under the speed limit. But the ride quality itself is obviously nice, but one thing I like here is that beyond that, you have comfortable seats. Not just plenty of room, but also seats that are very comfortable. And for the driver, you're going to find that you have adjustability for anybody of any height, whether you're really tall or not so tall. You've got the adjustability for the driver's seat and the steering wheel, so everybody can be nice and comfortable. And one thing I didn't mention earlier in the video, you do have lumbar support for driver and passenger in addition to these being massage seats. You can adjust the the bolstering for the seat. You can widen that or narrow it up depending on what you need to do. And you can also adjust the thigh extension down here on the front of the seat. That can be moved back and forth depending on your personal preference and what you are most comfortable with. The technology here is nice and easy to learn and use. That's always a plus. I'd say it's a very well-balanced vehicle. It is a little bit high priced, but it does offer a lot for that price. And there it is, the 2026 Acura MDX A-Spec Advance. Does it have everything you're looking for? Tell me down in the comments what you think. I'm always curious to receive your feedback. I'd like to say a special thanks to my friends at Acura for loaning me this MDX for the day so I could tell you all about it. And a special thanks to all of you for being kind enough to give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit the like button. That's very helpful to me. Please be sure to subscribe and share this video on your timelines on social media. I appreciate that. And if you would like to learn about additional vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and I will see you there.